Hey guys, Nate from Chug Dug. I'm going to show you how to apply a decal today, just using a really basic method of how to remove the backing paper, how to apply the decal to a surface. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when you're applying any decal, whether you're using a wet method like we have drying here, check out that video if you're interested in that, or I'm just going to, it's a small decal, I'm just going to take it off and eyeball it, stick it on. You want to clean the surface. Soap and water, easy. Rubbing alcohol is fine. On glass, you can use Windex. I don't suggest it. It may or may not interact with the adhesive on the vinyl that the decal that you get. That's up to you. In any event, you want to make sure that your surface is completely dry and clean. So this is as clean as it's going to be. But if you want, any sort of longevity out of your decal, clean it really well. Let it completely dry before you even try to apply a decal to it. So after it's clean, take something with a straight edge. If you have a squeegee like this, that's perfect. A driver's license, credit card, whatever you have, use that. You just rub the decal down. Don't be afraid of it. Press pretty firm. Try to get all of the pieces. And the more detail, small pieces that there are in the decal, the more important this is going to be. So now, decals come in two pieces. This one here had a paper transfer tape. This one has a clear plastic transfer tape. So whatever it is, the methods are for applying them are similar, other than the wet application you really only want to do with the paper tape. So essentially what we need to do is pull the clear transfer tape off with the decal. And the easiest way to do that is to actually put it face down and then peel up the backing paper from one of the corners, wherever you can grab it. Fold it over so it's almost 180 degrees, almost parallel with the rest of it, and just roll it along. If you get somewhere and a little piece is coming up, don't keep pulling. Stop. Put it back down a little bit. Rub it down with your finger or with the credit card, depending on how what's easiest for you. Rub it down and then continue pulling. So this is good. This can be thrown away. Now you see we have the decal just on the transfer tape. The decal is very sticky at this point, so if you touch it to something, it's going to stick. You'll have a hard time getting it off if you need to replace it. So with what I'm doing here, you want to make sure you get it right, or if you don't care if it's straight, if it doesn't matter if you're putting it on something that you're going to cut, so you can adjust, that's fine. I'm doing this just for our toddler to play with, so it really doesn't matter. So basically you just stick it down. I'd start in a corner and try to line it up and press it down along the way so you make sure you don't get any bubbles in it. Don't want any bubbles or creases. Take your credit card, your squeegee, whatever you have, rub it down again. Now if you have the time, you can let this sit, let the glue or the adhesive kind of dry and set up to 24 hours. I mean, really forever, but 24 hours might be ideal. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to just peel it right away. That's usually fine. I do that all the time on my own stuff, and I haven't had any issues, but a lot of people suggest waiting. That's up to you. So the last step, and this is where I see cars driving down the road where they don't do this step, and maybe they're just waiting for the adhesive to to set. I'm not sure, but same way as peeling off the backing paper, pull up the transfer tape, put it as close to 180 degrees as you can, and roll it along. Again, if any piece starts to pull up, make sure you stop, rub it down, and go. So that's just the most basic method for applying a vinyl decal. Now, once it is set after 24, 48 hours, if it's on a window or something, you can clean the surface. I wouldn't spray Windex or a glass cleaner directly on it, because it will kind of start to get in there and start to work at the adhesive, and you'll eventually have your decal peeling. There's not really a good way to fix that. I'd spray the Windex directly on paper towel and then wipe it around the decal. But you should be good. If you need to use a squeegee to clean the windows, you should be okay to do that as long as you're just sort of careful and don't get too much cleaner on the decal.